Oh, Nate D. Oh yeah, I saw this. Yeah, he's fighting Leon. Leon hasn't proved himself yet. He's on a fight win streak. He hasn't proved because he's small for his weight class. Leon's kind of small. He seems like a boxer from like the '80s. Like he seems like a super high level boxer from the '80s, like a championship boxer from the '80s. I don't know. That's the way I was. It's weird. He really seems like a super duper high level boxer. But he's small for, and that don't matter in boxing. You could look small for your weight class, but you know what I'm saying, when you're a high level in the UFC, that matters because these motherfuckers is cutting a lot of weight. But like back in the '80s and '90s in boxing, that's what he looks like. He looks like a high level, and I'm glad he's fighting Nate because Nate claims to be a high level striker, even though he only has the 1-2. And I'm not trying to take anything away from Nate, because that 1-2 is super fast, it's dangerous, and he can stun motherfuckers with that. And that's the dangerous thing when it comes to striking. If you could stun someone and you know you're gonna stun them, say you're about to hit somebody, you know you're gonna hit them, and you know the strike that you're throwing is gonna stun them. That's the most dangerous thing that a striker can have in his toolbox. To know you can hit somebody for a fact 100%, saying this strike is gonna hit him, and 100% this strike is gonna stun him, so I can do whatever the fuck I want to him afterwards, without thinking about it, without waiting. Because we see a lot of fighters, they hurt someone, they don't know they're gonna hurt them before they throw that strike though. With that 1-2 that Nate Diaz has, you're gonna hurt and you're gonna stun somebody, and knowing that for a fact, you can initiate a lot faster, and you can initiate in a way that will finish an opponent a lot quicker. Nate, that's the only tool that Nate has in his box that's dangerous. So I've been watching Nate for a while. It's that 1-2. It's that long reach 1-2. That's the only dangerous thing he has in his toolbox. Because he's never evolved. He's done different things. He started to throw kicks and all that bullshit, but he's never evolved. The only thing that Nate has is that 1-2. And Conor McGregor exploited that. You look at Conor McGregor against Nate Diaz 2 in their second fight. When Nate throws that 1-2, all you got to do is move out the way. It's like a dance. It's like a two-step. It's a two-step. And then you good. Because that's all Nate has. But if you look at Nate's fight versus a couple people, when Nate gets somebody up against the cage, and he turns it into a when Nate's if Nate could beat anybody in his weight class, Nate could beat any single person in his weight class. When his stamina is at its best and he gets somebody in the clinch, especially up against the cage, and he keeps them there, and it's like, oh, well, what if they get out of it? If you keep them there, you keep somebody in the clinch, you keep somebody up against the cage, he could beat anybody. He's beating everybody. Nate Diaz is beating everybody in the clinch, up against the cage. When he can keep them there. And if he learned those transitions, it's like you got somebody up against the cage, or you got somebody moving around. If you can get them to the point where they can't do what, and he gets them to the point where, oh, they try to go to a takedown, I'm keeping them in the clinch, I'm doing all this shit. If he had a training partner, I don't think he does, though. Nate Diaz versus Leon Edwards. Nate could beat Leon. And if Nate beats Leon, he's that's a title shot. And Nate has the stamina to beat Leon. If he could just keep people in the clinch and keep them up against the cage for over long periods of time, and like because no one's done that. He could be the first person to do that because he has what it takes. And this motherfucker Nate Diaz won the first or the second. What is that show called? The Ultimate Fighter. He won like the first, second, or third season. He's the only nigga still around from those seasons. The only one. He's the only one that's still around in the UFC. All he has is that one thing. If Nate could keep somebody up against the cage, if he had the right training partners and the right coach, and if he just trained in one thing, like he knows everything. That's the point I want to get to. This nigga's from the Ultimate Fighter season 3 or 2 or 1 or whatever. It's 1, 2, or 3. And I'm not saying he's a veteran either. This nigga look young as fuck. He looked 30 years old. But he was one of the first, and he's the only one around that was in the Ultimate Fighter from 1 through 3. He's the only one that's still around. The only one. He fell off with Dana White because Dana White was trying to get him into the, he ain't like that. People have different priorities. Some people, family's the most important thing to them. And for some people, it's all about just surviving. So when a rich nigga come out, he been living safe all his life. He been protected all his life. Come to Nate Diaz, he's just been literally trying to fucking survive, trying not to die his whole fucking life. Oh, well, let's go play poker. Let's throw some $100 bills around. Let's go see strippers. The Dana, like, you can't do, especially because Nate was hella young when he tried to do that shit to him in Las Vegas. You do that to a nigga like Nate, the way Nate had to, you know what I'm saying? But I know for a fact Nate could win this fight 100%. And I'm not trying to blow his whatever the fuck, but and this is one of my big things. When Nate does get somebody up against the cage and he starts hitting them, he hits them with the same fucking fists and the same strike over and over again. It's boom, 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 boom. And he literally doesn't stop until he has to. Like, say he could hit, so who's in the clinch, he could hit someone with that same, he does it until he can't do it anymore. And he doesn't stop, he doesn't catch a breath or anything. Once he gets somebody, I ain't on that Tony Hawk Underground shit right now. This is more like it. But I know Nate's an underdog in this. I'm not even gonna click on that shit. They probably don't even got it yet. Nate's gonna be an underdog in this fight versus Leon Edwards. But I know he can win this fight. He gets Leon in that clinch and doesn't let him go. He's winning this fight. But what's the prediction? Oh, we made a prediction. Oh yeah, Michael Chandler versus who's he fighting? Chandler. Alex Oliviera versus Michael Chandler. I got Oliviera winning second, third, or fourth round. Either by but Nate could win this, and this is crazy to me. I love Nate Diaz, man. Nate Diaz is the real UFC. And I can't say that about any other fighter when it comes to that. Nate Diaz should be the face of the UFC. And this goes back to what I was saying just a couple minutes ago. Dana don't know how to fucking, you know what I'm saying? That just goes back to like raising, like when a nigga, even though Dana has kids, he's not a fucking parent. He don't know how to raise people. It's all money with him. Nate Diaz should be the face of the UFC. Anytime you see the UFC from now on, Nate Diaz's face should be on that shit. And if he does what he needs to do, what he's capable of doing against Leon Edwards and gets himself to that title shot, see, he didn't lose the BMF title. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that says he lost that BMF belt, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie, neither. He's getting his ass whooped. But what was it? Early second round? He was getting his ass whooped. But everybody knows George don't got he don't got a gas tank. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only reason Conor won that fight. He wasn't able to gas Conor out because he didn't get him in the clinch and keep him there. If he'd have kept Conor in that clinch in their second fight, if he'd have kept Conor in that clinch for 2 or 3 rounds straight, he would have slowed him down enough to hit him with that 1-2 that I was talking about. That dangerous 1-2 where you stun somebody, you know you're gonna stun them, and then you piece it together to finish him. We're getting into a lot of shit right now. We made predictions. We made our first predictions. I forget what our first prediction was Chandler versus Oliviera, I think. I think that's what it was. I don't even know which one that is. I'm gonna have to watch that fight now for sure, though. I mean, not like what? I'm not paying for that shit. Yeah, because back when I started watching UFC, that shit was on Spike TV. And that shit wasn't free. I mean, there was obviously commercials, but they penny pushing. Which one is this? Oliviera versus... Where is this nigga at now? Where is this nigga at? The fuck? Yeah. Where's Oliviera? Yeah. Trying to top in this bitch, man. You know I love this shit. Say that shit like the beat like that. You don't like my shit, so what, bitch, sue me. I was with your hoe, shot a porno movie. I can't turn down, cause my swag stupid. You bring a bitch around, she gon' be my group. I just left the club, girl, give me that boo. She said she ain't fucking cause she ain't no hooch. Let it fucked up and let me on my room. Where the fuck did Oliviera go? How you acting friendly, always running your mouth? How you niggas know shows when it go down? 10 toes, I can't let a hoe come round. Cuss so dirty, so you know I'm from the south. You don't like me, eat me, drink me. Got your little hoe on my PP, fuck it. I ain't wanna hit, but a nigga so rough. Oh wait, I think it's way down the line. I was running block, so we had to start clutching. If you running up on my mama, I'm buzzing. If you not the blinds, cause a bird got me paranoid. I ain't there. What the fuck just happened? Am I tripping? Alright. See if I'm tripping real quick. Boot it up, shot. Boot it so big, had to take it to the mall. Shot it so bougie, she ain't even got a job.
Bitch so bad, had to put her on call. 100 round shot. Always keep it with me, I ain't never home alone. She was there with me, I ain't had nowhere to go. She could do things
there he is.
He on
the Nate Diaz card. Alright, so who's the main card for this? Let me see. That's what I was thinking too. Texas, that's the best place to fucking have a fight is Texas.
Bitch so bad, make a nigga wanna see it. Boot it up, shot. Booty so big, had to take it to the mall. Shot it so bougie, she ain't even got a job.
In America, it's the best place. Fuck Las Vegas. Texas is where it's gonna be at. Guaranteed. That's what UFC is gonna have more fights in Texas than they do in Las Vegas in the next couple months or years. Guarantee it. That's where this shit's at. So who's the main card for this fight? Is it Oliviera versus Micheal Chandler, or is it Nate Diaz versus Leon Edwards? I don't know who the main card is. But, yeah, that's my first prediction. I'm going to put Oliviera second, third, or fourth round. Unless Micheal Chandler comes out and he's like super duper, like he's trying to finish him in the first round, then I'm going to say Oliviera in the first round. Got 100 racks in the vacuum seal. I just caught Ken 4, he gon' move that dope. Nigga so push should've came with some titties. And I'm not gonna say I see, if Micheal Chandler comes out in the first round, he's super aggressive and tries to do whatever he did to whoever the fuck he fought the first time. I don't know who the fuck he fought. And he knocked some motherfucker out in the first round or some shit. He ain't gonna do that versus Oliviera. 100%. You don't do that versus. I'm not saying you. I'm not gonna say you don't. I'm not saying you don't do that versus BJJ dudes from Brazil. It's happened before. This nigga's serious. He's young, he's talented, and he has a lot coming forward to him. Micheal Chandler's, if he comes out super duper duper aggressive, he's still not going to knock Oliviera out in the first round. And this goes to Nate Diaz, because we was talking about Nate Diaz. When Nate Diaz gets hurt, he goes to the ground. Because you can be rocked, you can be hurt. If you got that BJJ black belt, that's why Nate Diaz has never been finished. I'm pretty sure a ref stopped the fight or some shit. Nate Diaz ain't never been finished though. Because he has that black belt. Niggas don't, you know what I'm saying? And even if they did try to finish him, they're not, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because you go, but we're gonna see, because you know what I'm saying, Micheal Chandler might be able to be dangerous at the highest level. We don't know, because he just joined the UFC. When you're coming from a different organization, we don't know how dangerous you are. You know what I'm saying? And he fought some nigga. He did some shit he would have done in his last organization. He did like the fake takedown and went for an overhand and hit it, but Oliviera is at a different level. That's why he's fighting Oliviera now. That's why he didn't fight Oliviera in the first place. That's why he's fighting Oliviera now. But, I mean, if Micheal Chandler wants to try to throw the dice, he ain't gonna be able to. That nigga better, I mean, if he tries to gamble, he gonna get put out in the first round. If that nigga try to come out crazy and do the same shit he did in this first fight, he can get put out real quick. But, I mean, he has a chance of winning. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, Oliviera, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's undefeated in the UFC, but I got Oliviera winning second, third, or fourth round by finish. No first round, no fifth round. Unless Chandler wants to go out in the first round, and I doubt he will. If Chandler wants to get get finished in the first. That's up to him if he wants to get finished in the first round. If he's gonna be super dangerous, that's the same way like the way what's his name fought Khabib. He was trying to break his legs and shit. Forget that nigga's name. And Khabib was like, "Oh, okay, that's how you wanna." Okay, took him down. As soon as he threw that leg kick, Khabib took him down and then put him in that triangle. and Khabib's not a black belt. So if Michael Chandler wants to do that, you know what I'm saying, wants to get put out real quick, you know what I'm saying, Oliviera could put you out real quick. So it's up to Chandler. You want to go out in the first round, or do you want to go out in the second, third, or fourth? Those are your two decisions: the first round or the second, third, or fourth. He's gonna get finished by Oliviera. And that's my prediction. First ever prediction. But no one else is. That's the only fight I want to see. Matter of fact, I want to see Charles Oliviera versus Michael Chandler. That's the only fight I want to see coming up in any time soon. And that's not even soon. That's May 15th, January, March, April. May 15th. That's a little less than a month from now. Other than, what's his name, Reyes. So I got a lot of respect for the way Reyes went out in his fight versus Blachowicz. But we was talking about him a second ago. He needs to, and it's impossible for him to do that. He's not gonna listen, and he's not. You know what I'm saying? Dominic can't hear what I'm saying right now. But Dominic is the Dark Knight. He's the Batman of the UFC. That first Batman movie with what's that nigga's name? Niggas with Heath Ledger in the second movie. The one with the Dark Knight one, obviously. You know what I'm saying? He went out and found a master, and he learned that shit. That's what Reyes needs to do. Because I know for a fact if Reyes masters a style, and I'll know if he does. But his time is running out, so when he fights this Jiri Prochazka, I don't know how good this dude is though. This nigga might be trash. I don't know who the fuck this nigga is. This Jiri Prochazka guy. You can fight people the way you want to, but eventually, when you fight somebody like Blachowicz or whoever, I'm always right. If Dominic Reyes goes in and finds a master stylist, like how Peter Yan's a brawler, a master brawler, if Dominic Reyes finds a master style he can fuck with, he could become champ for sure, 100%. It's his fight versus Blachowicz, like I said, he only had like a 5-10% chance of winning on his best day. But if he masters a style, he could become champ for sure. And if he ever puts that mindset, if Dominic Reyes ever just, you know what I'm saying, one night he's like, you know what I'm saying, I need to become champ. You know, on some survivalist type shit, like on some depression. And I know Reyes has never felt that because he's always been the all-star. He's a sportsman. He's always been the star of the show. But as soon as he got fucked over against his fight versus John, because he won that fight, that depression is starting to set in. So it's like, what do I do now? It's time to master. It's time to become a master. TKD. Mark my words. Dominic Reyes, TKD. I'm just asking cause you acting like you know. Want this drill with a big booty bitch. You really in that fit that you be rapping about in your shit. Saying he could fight this random nigga Jiri Prochazka. Same way Connor fuck Cowboy. You could write, you know what I'm saying? And you could win, but as soon as it gets to that champ belt, you get better if you started listening beforehand. Otherwise, you're not going to be successful. You're going to be unsuccessful. And that's the worst word you can tell somebody. That's the scariest. That's the nightmare. That's a nightmare. That's a nightmare to niggas like Reyes. Unsuccessful. And I'm sure, I think Dominic the Nightmare Reyes, someone already has that nickname. He needs to change that nickname. If that nigga start listening, nigga start doing what the you know what I'm saying, BG tells him. I'm saying, if that nigga start doing what, like I said, Dominic the Nightmare Reyes, that nigga masters his style. He's good. He can be top 3 for the rest until he retires. He'll start making quick work of top 5 fighters the way he was when he was top 10. And I know he can do it. I know Dominic Reyes can do it. But I mean, we gotta end this video eventually. So.